My random fact, it could be, I don't know, let me think about it.
Okay, don't worry. Thank you. Next one.
Well, I can do it.
Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Gabriel Hernandez. I'm 21 years old. I study mass communication at the Monte Avila. I'm still thinking about my random fact. Uh, and, well, about storytelling, I know a lot because of my career, the structure, and the way that it should be done.
Nice, thank you.
Okay, me. Hi, my name is Jason Carrillo. I am 23 years old and I study amazing at the UCB. Well, storytelling, I think, is a way of marketing that allows to sell different things through many stories. Um, my random fact, I don't know, maybe mm, most people like cool cereal and I prefer it really hot.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, my name is Lisa Naranjo. I am 23 years old. I study medicine at the UCB. And well, I know about storytelling that is a way that you can offer a product through make that your consumer live that moment. So it's that way that you could connect with him. And around that fact, I don't know, maybe that I could be less in 50 minutes in the morning. I don't know.
Maybe that you can. What? Excuse me, that I couldn't hear the whole thing.
That I could be ready in the morning in only 15 minutes.
Okay, cool.
I don't know what is the random fact since.
Well, but you understood my random facts? No?
What?
Did you understand my random facts, the ones that I said in
Yes,
the...
but thinking in my random fact, I don't have a random fact.
It's fine. Sometimes it's very complicated. For me, it
Yes.
was completely complicated.
It's a
Don't
homework.
worry. Thank you. Thank you for trying. What?
It's a homework.
It's...
A homework. Homework.
Yes, you have homework. More
Yes.
homework, sorry.
More? No, Robert.
For
It's
other
just a
chat.
joke. Exactly. On the next chat that you're with me, you're going to talk
Okay.
about your random.
I already got mine.
Okay,
It's really weird.
say it.
I'm always carrying my I don't know how to say, my thermo, my water.
Okay.
How do you say it?
Um, I think it's water bottle or something very simple like that.
Okay, yeah. I always carry my water bottle, and it is like it has 1 liter and a half. And I hate when people ask me for water because you can say no, and it makes me lose the count on the liters I'm drinking in the day. So it makes me
Um,
feel crazy. It's like, oh my God, I need to take the 1 liter and a half, and it's yeah.
I understand that feeling. I feel the same. And
Oh
I
my
can
God, thank
say,
you. I'm not
no,
weird.
no more water because I think that I could die in a sea. So, well, this is my
It
water for
drives me
you.
crazy.
Yes.
Okay, you see, we all have random facts. Okay, thank you for sharing. Um, Is there someone else that hasn't introduced himself or herself? I think Majorlin hasn't introduced herself. I think. I'm not sure.
Oh, Robert, and there's a girl in the group, in the WhatsApp group, that wants
To join. Okay.
to get into the chat. Yeah, to join.
Thank you. I will invite. Thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome.
Okay, Majorlin, I think you haven't introduced yourself. Go ahead. Okay. I don't know if there's something wrong with your microphone, but we'll move to the next slide. So what's storytelling? Before going to the definition, wait a sec. I would like you to tell me what's the difference between history and story. Do you think it is?
I think history is made on true facts, and story not necessary. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, it's
Not comprobado.
it's kind of hard to explain because history is something that happened in the past, but I don't know, maybe a story is a fictional fact, but it can also be a true fact, tell in a different way. I don't know.
Okay, someone else wants to say their opinion on this?
Yes, I think the history is for studying of the past, only past.
Okay. So, well, here I have. No one else wants to say something. Here I have.
I can hear.
Can you please mute your microphone? I don't know who is it. Because, oh, I forgot to tell you that as I am sharing my screen completely, then I cannot see the Hangouts window. So if you write something in the chat, I won't be able to see it, to read it, unless you speak. So please, if you need to tell me something, please speak up, always respecting that someone else is speaking, and let that person finish so that you can speak. Okay, so here you have a definition of the two words, and who would like to read this?
I want. What's
Go ahead.
storytelling? According to Oxford Dictionary, history is the story of past events, particularly in human affairs. A story, an account of past event in someone's life or in the development of something.
So there you have it. Yes, at first it's like difficult to tell the difference, because we say
Is
like,
with
okay,
past events.
exactly,
Well,
both are past events. Okay, yes.
but the difference is related with the life of different person, no?
Yes, I mean that stories are more specific to a thing or a person, and history is related to past events that involve the whole society or the whole world, the whole humankind, I mean, very important events that are relevant for today's situations. Because a story is something or a series of events that happened to someone or that were involved in something that don't really appear in a book, you know, in a book of history, that you're going to study that and make an analysis out of it. So basically that. Okay, are we good with this? Okay, so now we have this definition that I found regarding storytelling, and I would like someone to please read this one.
I can. What is storytelling? Storytelling is the interactive art of using words and actions to reveal the elements and images of a story while encourage the listener's imagination.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any questions on the vocabulary or any opinion, comment regarding this definition?
I'm sorry to interrupt. Mariano is texting on the group, and he hasn't got the invitation.
Thank you. That was me. So, someone wanted to say something about this slide? Okay, I guess not. Okay, so here we have different uses of storytelling, at least 2 different uses. So who would like to read?
Hello.
I think Anna is trying to speak.
Yes,
I'm trying
I hear
to
some.
read, but
Hello.
I don't know how to do it. I mean, are you
Oh,
listening?
you don't know what?
Are you listening to me?
Yes, I hear you.
Ah, okay. Well, I can read. Different uses. Language teaching. Stories allow students to be creative and imaginative. Storytelling gives students a chance to practice oral fluency discourse. Stories are authentic. What other advantage you think they have?
Okay, thank you. So who would like to answer this question? What do you think? What other advantages stories may have on education?
That you could use a real story and adapt a different situation in your education. So you could be a remix between imagination and the real life.
Yes, cool.
I also think that it's a cool way to educate, because I think it's easier to learn something.
Okay. I feel the same. It's like you feel much more related to the content, and maybe, well, if you're going to have an exam on that, maybe you will remember a part of the story and it will help you during the exam. Okay, who else?
Done. Here I am.
Finally.
I hate this. Where the hell we are? Different uses language teacher. All right.
So, well, we have recently simply read the storytelling definition,
All right.
and now we're in different uses of it. We talked about language teaching, and the open question is what other advantage you think stories have on education?
For education, the use of storytelling.
Yes.
Mm, Well, the storytelling is actually, well, human beings tend to think in a narrative way. Storytelling is a good way of teaching in the sense that you can actually build something to which other people can easily relate with. So if you use it for teaching, you are actually using the same psychological structure a human being already has. So I think I would say that's an advantage.
Cool. Very scientific.
Yeah. What can I say? I actually use this. I mean, I actually use storytelling in my daily job. Actually.
Great. Thank you. Okay, someone else wants to say something about this?
Yes, I think the storytelling allow people be more interested or more connected with the story.
Yeah, very nice. So, well, now we're going to see the next slide. Who would like to read this one?
I do.
Go.
Different uses. In marketing, storytelling humanizes the brand product, makes the public feel more related, creates empathy and emotions, key factors for successful sales, positions the brand in the minds of people.
So true.
Yes. So, it was funny for me because I knew Mariano would say something about this.
I
So, well,
that's
okay.
actually my job actually. So yes,
It,
it
I knew
is.
it.
I work on this. I mean, it's cool. It's a good way to approach people. It's a not so hard way to approach people, and since it's not hard, it actually is a good way because you cannot just go and say, "Hey, buy this." Work. So, for doing the approach, the whole approach process, you have a storytelling. It's good.
Exactly. Bless you. Please keep your microphones muted. It's important that so that way we keep the chat with with well with the I forgot the word with the minimum amount of noise. Yes. Oh well, we don't have questions here. Well, I don't know if you have question regarding vocabulary or something.
Gracias, gracias, corazón. Chao.
Okay, so now we're going to the videos part. So I would like all of you to please tell me your opinion on the 3 videos. How did you feel when you watched the video? What was your favorite part? Would you recommend us some other videos? Those other videos might be commercials or any other type of storytelling that you would like us to watch. So who wants to start?
Me. Well, as I was telling you when we first started the chat, the one I liked the most was the third one, the Chinese. I think it was really beautiful because of the gesture of the guy to help the little girl, and then he saw her starting, and I don't know, it was really emotional. I really like it.
Great, thank you.
Let's see.
Well, I
Oh, Gabriela, you go first. Go ahead.
sorry. Well, I thought the first one was a little bit weird. I don't know what you think about that. I really enjoyed the tier one. I think it was Taiwanese. I don't know. It's Thai, no? And well, it almost made me cry. I thought it was very beautiful, and it really told a good message.
Then that worked properly.
Was it Taiwanese? I'm sorry if I said before it was Chinese. Well, it was from Asian people.
Yeah, I am not sure either.
Just because
But
of letters and the language they were using. It's Thai.
Gabriela is Asian culture expert, so well, she knows best.
I love it. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you, Gabi. Who else would like to share?
Well, since we're sharing, I have to phrase Coke because, well, it's Coca-Cola, basically. I have a huge deal with these guys because everything they do oftenly is related with storytelling or has been related with storytelling for at least last 15 years. I actually recommend a lot the last round of commercials they release is about the whole Taste the Feeling campaign. And they basically made several shortcuts about tiny stories, people getting in love of each other, or brotherly love, or everything related with love, or some kind of love. And all the short stories are actually connected by the song. They made a song which is Taste the Feeling. And actually, it was really good because there were several stories, all of them connected on the one single thing they are supposed to promote, which is the feeling of love. So actually, Coca-Cola is one of the best brands on the handling of storytelling, especially on video storytelling. So yes, for me, those videos, the Coke 2012 video catch, those are actually really good examples of storytelling.
Great, thank you. Okay, I know there's people that hasn't spoken yet, so there's your chance. Go ahead. We're here to talk.
Well, I really enjoy the night I will run to you because I am one the person that I see that commercial and I want to buy that night because I am like the guy. I run a little short distance and I could die. So I love that commercial. And I recommend, or I like it, the commercial of True Rose and December holidays. I love that commercials. And I think that it's a way of storytelling.
Thank you. So funny the thing about that you're the guy of the video.
Well, in my case, my favorite is also the last one. It was pretty beautiful. My favorite part is when the gear arrived well with the school uniform and the man's face was, well, difficult to describe. It was pretty nice.
Well, for me, I really liked the first video, but I didn't understand the second one because, uh, well, I understand it, but I don't know. For me, it was a little bit dumb. First one, it's really good because it's, I don't know, it's really good made and
Okay, thank you. Okay, none of you didn't like much. Well, except for Mariano. The one about Coke. If anything, is that, well, this is the third time that I am facilitating this chat, and in the first time, a girl said that this commercial of Catch was so meaningful for her because she she saw a big message behind that simple commercial, and the message was that no matter how difficult it is, you can always strive and keep trying to get what you want, and go through obstacles and be resilient and be perseverant to get to where you want to be, or to get what you want, what you dream. And that's what she saw in that video, because the polar bear was like fighting against everyone and trying not to let the Coke fall to the ground. And he finally made it. So that was the message that she saw, and I like to share that because I think when you don't use words for telling a story, it becomes really open for interpretation, and every person may see something different. And some of us see like a very short, a kind of funny but meaningless video, because it's like a polar bear trying to protect the Coke from falling, and some other people may see like a life lesson in there. So I liked that pretty much, that she saw that the different opinions. It was pretty interesting to me. So yeah. Okay, so we'll move to the next slide. What other areas might use storytelling, and what for? What do you think?
Well, one of the fields when you actually see storytelling and you see it's useful, it's politics. When you are in politics, often you play the storytelling issue at your speeches, and certainly for even communities or organizations to use the storytelling, often is a good way to approach people in such a hard field that like politics. So yes, it's one of the many areas when you can actually see applications for it.
Yeah, I think it's very common around here. Like in Latin American countries, I think it's a very effective way to get the masses to feel your speech. Actually, I feel it's very effective around here.
Yeah, we're not the kind of people who think we're not the kind of electorate who thinks in a rational way. We don't work with arguments, actually. We are more suitable to be touched by a story or by some kind of narrative behind the speech, rather than just facts or plans or any hard related structure. So yeah, I think it's one of the fields when storytelling plays the most in Latin America.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Yes.
there is an article in The Economist that was talking about post-truth. I don't know if you know what post-truth means.
No.
Well, post-truth is a word that is used to describe a truth, well, a lie that is told as a truth, and was chosen by the Oxford Dictionary as the word of the year because it describes how our population nowadays understand the world. And they think about it as the explanation for the win of Donald Trump and Brexit and all of those things that happened this year. I believe that post-truth is a very bad way to use storytelling in marketing and politics to like affect the population by this feature that we are all sharing nowadays. I don't know if you feel the same.
Might be, yes. I would have to understand the term better, but
Yeah, you should look for it.
sound
It's very deep and it's very interesting. It's more than a lie told as a truth. And it's talking about speech and politics and values and well, it also relates it with World War II and Hitler and those deep things. Then well,
okay, very interesting. I have to know more about that. Thank you. If someone else has another opinion, another thought on this,
Well, another use could be in campaigns to help or volunteer where they tell stories of people involved for others to help. For example, collect food for poor people, poor low recourse, and tell their stories to move others and motivate them to help. It's a good way.
yeah, I think it's super common between these kind of activities because that's what makes you get involved in voluntary work. And also for fundraising, when you, for instance, people that want to go to the Model UN or simply want to start an NGO, they use stories a lot. I agree with that. And well, another use that I think is pretty in use today is in entrepreneurship. They have something called like fuck up night. Sorry about the bad word. Um,
Oh yeah, that is great actually.
yeah, I haven't gone to one. I would love to, but I've heard of that thousands of times. And well, it's it's a meeting, in which a panel of entrepreneurs share their stories about how they failed in their startups while trying to build their businesses. And yeah, they tell all the things that went wrong, the things that they forget to do, everything. How they made a mess out of their projects. And it's a powerful way for other people that also want to start their businesses to know where to go, what to do, what not to do. And I think I'm not completely sure, but most of the times those things are pretty funny for people to hear. And it's a very powerful way to teach people. So, like, I feel it has a great value because you're saving other people's time and money when you say to them like, well, that didn't work for me, try something else. I don't know, just I feel it's very, very powerful and pretty cool. So well, from now on we will um, read a bit of phrases you may use while telling story, whether it is written or spoken. So I would need you to please read them. So who would like to read this one?
I volunteer.
Go.
Phrases you may use to begin your story. A comma after the introductory phrase. To begin with, I began my education in London. First of all, I opened the cupboard. To start off with, we decided our destination was New York. Initially, I thought it was a bad idea. And I think that's it.
Great. Great, thank you. Yes, that's it for this slide. Any questions? Okay, this is the next one. someone different that would like to read?
I can. Phrases you may
Go
use
ahead.
to continue your story. 10. I started to get worried. After that, we knew that there will be no problem. Next, we decide on our strategy. As soon as we arrive, we unpack our bags. We were sure everything was ready, but then we discovered some unexpected problem. Immediately, I telephoned my friend Tom.
Okay. Any questions? In the fourth one, in as soon as, the word unpacked is unpacked. I know it's pretty difficult to pronounce the ed.
Unpack.
Unpacked. Yes.
Perfect.
For me, it's super difficult. But well, just to stress that.
It's like look at.
Immediately I telephone.
Yeah, like looked, like watched. It's complicated.
Yes.
Okay. Here's the next one.
I want interruptions
Go.
on the story plus new elements. Suddenly, a child burst into the room with a note for Mrs. Smith. Unexpectedly, the people in the room didn't agree with the mayor.
Great. Any questions about this one?
No, nothing's wrong.
If not, then we have this one. Who would like to read it?
I would love to read it.
Go ahead.
For events occurring at the same time. While I was giving the presentation, a member of the audience asked an interesting question. Jennifer told her story as I prepared the dinner. During the meeting, Jack came over and asked me a few questions. We explored a number of approaches during the presentation.
Great. Thank you. Any questions? Cool. And this is the final one from these phrases you may use. So I need
I can read.
three. Please.
Ending the story. Finally, I flew to London for my meeting with Jack. In the end, he decided to postpone the project. Eventually, we became tired and returned home.
Thank you. Okay, so here we have a quote I told you at the beginning that Mariano, please remember to keep your, I think you're Mariano, yes. Remember to keep your microphone muted to reduce the noise. Okay, I told you in the beginning that I loved quotes, so here you have another one. Who would like to read it? And then after someone reads it, I would love someone has something to say about it. It will be nice to hear. So who would like to read it?
I can. The purpose of a storyteller is not to tell you how to think, but to give you questions to think upon.
Yeah, thank you. Any opinion, comment, impressions? Okay.
This one
No.
is sorry. It's like the difference
No.
history and story, because a history tell you to how to think because it's the history. Also, the story is different because give you questions to think upon, I think.
Nice opinion. I liked it. Thank you for sharing that. So, well, now we have this slide that's basically an exercise for all of us. And well, here we have 6 different situations that I would like you to share with the rest. And well, let's begin with your first day at university. I would like you all to tell me how was it, any details you want to give, the story of that day. So feel free to share it.
Well, I can start.
Okay, someone?
I'm deeply impressed by the incredible amount of excitement that everyone has to actually speak this story. I'm truly touched.
I'm just trying for people to speak because I'm always the first one. I don't want to be the fastidiosa one.
I thought I
You are the annoying one, always. You are going to be always the annoying one.
No, I'm not. I hate you.
And you love it.
Well, okay, I can talk. I had 2 first days at university. The first one in the USB and the other one in UCAP. I can talk about the UCAP one because it's the most recently event. So in my first day, I felt really lost because I mean it was like a different world here in UCAP compared to USB. So I arrived to university and I was like, oh my God, what am I doing here? I want to be back at USB. In my first day, all I did was to, let me find the word, to fix all my papers to be correctly in the university. So it was a really boring day, but as I was with my USB friends that with me to the UCAP, it wasn't that hard. So I was with them and we went to our only class in the day because that was our first semester there. And you know, I didn't know anybody, so I was just with my 3 friends from USB, and it wasn't that difficult. About the happiest moment of my life, oh my God. I think it was when my puppy, recently in last December, she ate a piece of plastic and she started to feel really bad. So I went to the and they told me that she was going to die. We did this surgery, but it was really delicate, the situation. But when she finished the surgery, the doctor told me like she was going to die in 24 hours. And well, the 24 hours passed and she was alive, and she's the most crazy dog in the world. And well, that was the happiest moment of my life. My biggest adventure, it was last year when I went to New York to see my best friend. I had no money. I actually went with, I borrowed money from a friend to buy the ticket, and I went to New York, and I was with nothing, literally. I was like with $100, and I went there and I found my job like in 2 days, and I started working, yes, in an illegal condition, but it was a adventure in my life. My favorite trip, what is that? Is that one? My New York trip. It was the best. The last book I read, but I watched. I think the name was In My Dreams. It was a movie I saw on Netflix last Sunday, and the last book I read was, oh my god, I don't remember which one. Three, and I don't remember which one was the last. And my funny anecdote I had, I can remember a time in high school when I was walking. I fell and everybody saw me, and we used skirts in high school. So the skirt went up and everybody saw me, and well, funny because we were all girls. But if a boy were there, I'm pretty sure it would be embarrassing. Embarrassing. Sorry. That's all.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Thank you.
I have to say
You're welcome.
she actually did tell everything. Impressive.
You wanted me to talk. I talk, okay? I hate you, Mariano.
What the hell?
Okay. Yeah, he was like telling all of the stories in a row, but that was.
I don't know. It's mandatory to tell about the first day at the university. It cannot be any of the other possible stories.
I mean, you can skip one if you don't want to share it.
It's just that my first day at the university was whatever. I mean, it was a totally normal day. Something truly unprecedented. So it's not something that it's worth it. The last book you read, movie you watched. Series applies to this. Because the last series I saw was Game of Thrones. I don't know if that counts.
Yeah, that counts.
The last series I saw was Game of Thrones. I actually it was the last chapter 3 of season 7, and I'm starting to feel I love Cersei basically because I don't know if someone here sees Game of Thrones and hasn't watched the chapter yet, but spoilers one. I have to say the chapter was like, the two characters die just like this, like nothing. One of the characters is Lady Lena, so I feel right now like a void in my life because she's no longer alive. So that would be the last thing I saw. Nothing so interesting.
Okay. Who else would like to tell us these stories?
Well, me. My first day at the university was very afraid because there were many different people and I didn't know who to be with. I feel I was not going to have friends really because there were many different people, and I don't know. The happiest moment of my life was my birthday number 22. It was my last birthday with my dad. He had cancer and he was dying at that moment, and we went on a trip in a Colonia Tovar. My favorite trip was with my friends to a Margarita about 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and it was beach and party everywhere, every time. And the last movie I saw was The Invisible Guest. I recommend it to you. And a funny anecdote, I don't know. Once I fell in the cinema and throw my popcorns to a senior, and well, it was very embarrassing. Really embarrassing.
How terrible.
Actually, I just remember something. Thanks for that memory, Jason. It happened to me. It happened to me at the cinema because the whole issue. Let's see. There was like Pirates of the Caribbean 4, something like that, and I was going to see the movie because I like the franchise actually. But the whole
Mariano,
point was
hear
that.
you?
Can you hear me?
I
I
can
can
hear
hear
you, buddy.
you like a robot.
I can
Yeah,
hear
I can
you.
hear. I can hear you, but it's like noisy.
What a weird thing. Hold on. Let me let me try to do something.
Okay. Yes, please. Meanwhile, someone else can tell their story
I
while Mariano
want to
fixes.
tell my story. Sorry. My first day at the university, I arrived really early to meet my new mate. And well, when I arrived, I was by myself because well, there was a group of persons sent myself to them, but they didn't pay me that much attention, so I felt bad. But then the other people arrived, and I started talking to them, and it was really nice. Your favorite trip? Well, it was last year. I went with my friends to the beach for like 4 days, and it was really good because it was our first trip together, and we really enjoyed it. And the last movie I watched, it was The Invisible Guest of Jason. It's a really good movie. It's a Spanish one. I recommend it. Um, the happiest moment of my life, uh, maybe when I was accepted in the university. It was a really nice moment, and I was very happy.
Thank you. Who's next?
Me. Well, in my first day at university, I was with my dad because I moved recently to Caracas, so I didn't know nobody, any place. So he decided to go with me to the university. So was very strange because the people was like he know the each other, and I feel like, well, I'm from Táchira, I didn't know everybody, so was different, a different day. So the happiest moment in my life was when I to university. I remember that I cried because it's the university that I want, and I don't remember a biggest adventure. See, my favorite trip was on December that I have a trip with my family to Merida, and I know for first time the metro, what did it say? Cable car system of Merida.
Yes. Yes.
So it's beautiful. Was a different experience, and I love. Actually, I want to travel again to Merida. It was amazing. The last movie I watched was um, Finding Dory. Sorry. And a funny anecdote that I had was in my school when I was participating in a beauty contest, and during the event, my shoe was damaged 3 times. So I spent more time in the, I don't know how to say zapatero, than in the contest. So what? Obviously, I didn't win. I didn't won.
Okay. Thank you. I'm not sure how to say that. The shoemaker, maybe, probably. But well, thank you for sharing.
Yes, I searched and say shoemaker. Thank you.
Exactly. Don't worry. Another thing, you said I didn't know nobody. When we use uh, auxiliaries that are in negative, you have to, if you're going to use one of these expressions, I unfortunately forgot the names of these expressions. I don't remember them right now. But if you're going to use somebody, anybody, nobody, if you have the auxiliary in negative, you have to use always any. For instance, I I didn't know anybody, or there wasn't anything to eat, for instance. So always that every time that the sentence is negative, you have to use any, anything, anybody, all of that. Just to remind that.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. So I think there's people that haven't told their stories. Mariano, is that you?
Yeah, can you hear me or you still hear me like a robot?
A bit better.
Um, I think I'm the one left. I got problems with my connection.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. We are basically sharing these stories with the rest. You can tell all of them, right, like in a row, or you can tell the ones you feel like you have in your mind and want to share. Feel free.
Well, my first day at university, I studied mass communication in the Monte Avila, and the Monte Avila is a very small university. So I was very nervous and worried about knowing new people and everything because I also don't live in Caracas. And well, it was very nice because I met a lot of mass communicators. That is the career that has more students in my college. And mass communicators are very particular people, very talkative. And well, I got to meet very amazing people. The happiest moment of your life. Um, I don't think I have a like, oh, this is my favorite moment in my life, but there are many moments that I have lived that made me really happy. Maybe I graduated the when I graduated high school and I received an award for my grades, and I didn't know that was going to happen. And my favorite trip was last year. I went to Puerto La Cruz with my aunt, and it was very fun because every day in Puerto La Cruz we got into the car and we drive to every place that we I don't know that we wanted to go. Like, oh, today we are driving to Monagas, and we went to Monagas and whatever. And a funny anecdote that you had sorry, the last book you read. I don't know how to say it in English, but the last book that I read was El Triunfo de la Libertad y el sobre el despotismo. And one that I read in English was We Need to Talk About Kevin from a movie. Very nice movie. I recommend it. Um, a funny anecdote that you had. Last week, I went with my 64-year-old aunt to a march. And I don't know if it's funny, but I think it's funny because it was her first time like into the crowd in a march and feeling the vibe of the march. And there were the police was throwing bombs, and my aunt decided to stay singing with a group of people, and I was like very nervous, like, oh my God, we got to run, and she didn't want it to because she was like, oh, I don't care. That's not that bad. What is the point if we run? We should stay here. And well, I think that's it.
Thank you. Well, that last one was worrying, sad, and funny at the same time. I don't I don't know how these feelings
Yeah,
may meet. I felt like that.
yeah, she was like, oh my God, like she didn't really understand what was happening, or she did understand it, but she wasn't aware of the danger. I don't know. I tried to make her run, but damn, she didn't want it to, and nothing happened. Nothing really happened, and it wasn't that serious, but I was very worried, and I thought it was really fun after it happened, not in the moment.
Of course. Thank you for sharing. Okay, Mariano, if you're there, you may tell your stories.
Oh, no. I don't know. Can you hear me properly?
So. I don't know what happened.
I'm not sure. I just actually I just settled a direct connection with internet, so I'm not sure.
Okay, now I cannot hear anything. Okay, he left.
Maybe he doesn't have internet. So,
Excuse me?
no, I was saying that maybe he doesn't have internet. That's why we can see him.
Hello.
Yes, very likely. Or well, now he appeared again.
It's not my internet. I'm not sure what the hell is going on.
Now I can hear you much better.
Well, now can you hear me, everyone?
Yes.
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 I'm guessing we can continue then. I was telling about Pirates of the Caribbean. I was supposed to go to the movies, and I was taking my, let's say, it's how you say, I just forgot the name. Hold on, it'll come back to me eventually. Godson. Yeah, Godson. I have a Godson in case you don't know. In any way, this tiny little creature decided that he wanted to see another movie that wasn't Pirate of the Caribbean. And, well, he was insisting about the whole issue. Let me buy the tickets, let me buy the tickets. I buy the tickets with me, of course, supervising what he was doing. And he did bought the tickets, which were effectively for the Pirates of the Caribbean. And so after that, went to the whole popcorn store to buy basically popcorn. In any case, at some point he says, let me go to the bathroom, I'll come back. All right, he goes to the bathroom. I end up buying the popcorns, and suddenly we met at the gate that we were supposed to meet to go inside the movies. We go inside the movies, and I suddenly find out, as soon as the whole CinemaScope starts projecting the movie, that we are in another movie, basically. And the reason is that he chooses to return the entrance, the tickets, and change them. And basically set me there to see, I can't even remember the movie because it was a princess movie. And I'm actually seriously doubting my Godson's sexuality after that. But anyway, the point is I ended up watching Mohana. That is why. That is the end one I ended up watching. Because of my Godson's desire of seeing a Disney princess, basically.
Okay, that was funny.
I hate it.
Okay. Well, I don't know if any of you want to tell another story, but we have a bit more than 15 minutes. So I have this very strange game that it's the time's never enough to make it to this exercise game. I don't know, but I think we can make it in 15 minutes. Okay, forget this one. Let's do this one that I want to see how it goes. So, what do we have here? It's an exercise to build a story by yourself, and we have like 3 groups, but not because you're going to work in groups, but because, well, we are supposed to be 9 people. You are supposed to be 9 people, not counting me in. So every 3 persons are going to focus on each group, and using these words, you're going to build a story. So Anna, Jason, and Lisette are group 1, and the rest of you are group 3. Okay? So what are you going to do? Individually, you're going to build a story in which you include the words that are in the group that you have. For instance, the people in group 3 will have to use money, brave, run, and humor in their story, and the same for the people in the group 1. They're going to use those 4 words in their story. So you will have, let's say, 8 minutes to complete that. But if you have it ready before, just let me know and you can start telling your story.
Which group am I?
Who are you? Sorry.
Solange.
Oh, you are group 3.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
I have a question. In our story, we have to use all the words in the group.
Yes, you have to use all of the words.
Hello?
Yes. Have you finished your story?
No, connection problems again.
Oh,
Don't worry, I'm back.
still, you have some time to try to make a story. It doesn't have to be a long story.
I didn't get to listen my group. Can you repeat it, please?
Yes. You are group 3.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, only 3 minutes remaining.
I think that I have the history.
Okay, then you can share it with us.
Okay. First of all, I have to apologize. It was a horrible mix. This happened during the summer when I prepared a cake with a bitter rum. The result was dreadful, and I felt guilty that I was for my best friend's birthday. So, wait, I have a message here. Wow. So, mm, finally came the event where I amused to and entertain all the guests. Equal to them, the important thing is to do these things with love.
Okay, great. Thank you. Hey, it was possible. I wanted to see if it was possible. Very nice.
I am ready.
Come on, hit us.
Okay. This is a story about a young man who fell in love with an old lady. What he didn't know was that the lady was a bitter old lady because she had lost her husband years ago and she was alone. One day, the boy invited the lady to go out because he wanted to amuse her, so he took her to the beach. While they were swimming, she started to drown, and the boy didn't know what to do. So uh, he gave he gave her CPR, and she survived. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much.
I got mine too.
Come on.
There was a time I wanted to go to a humor event and I didn't have the money. Already gave me money that month, so I wasn't brave enough to ask for more. I think it was the best decision. Otherwise, I would have run away from her, yelling at me how irresponsible I was.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, how are the other stories going?
Well, mine is finished. I don't know if I can share it.
Yes.
Well, let's begin. Let's see. I used to have a friend with a really good sense of humor, and well, thank God he did have it because he was often involved in the most peculiar event you could possibly imagine, and he will always remember them with humor. For instance, when he was at his nightclub and he pretty much ran out of money because, well, he was drinking too much. Now everyone else would be thinking on how the hell he was gonna go. He was gonna go back to his place without a single bolivar, but no. He instead chose to focus on a girl that he just found out that was there, dancing. He was drunk enough to say yes when the lady told him to follow her out of the nightclub. Somehow, he ended up back in his place. He was brave enough to actually stand inside a car driven by this girl he didn't know, and somehow he ended up on his place. I still don't know how that happened, but the point is, it happened, and he still laughs about this anecdote actually.
Great, thank you. Very creative.
Okay, me.
Go.
I was in love of her, but for blame of that love, and one day I had to eat a food that she was cooking for me, and it was horrible and the flavor was bitter. But at least see her while she cooking amused me.
Thank you. So, oh, Gabriela has left. Lisette and Anna have already told your stories, right? You have already told your stories, right?
Yes, I have read.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Well, I don't know if we should wait for Gabby or not. Has she said anything in the group?
Yes, she said,
Oh,
keep me out again.
oh. Well, it's okay. Anyways, the time is practically over. So here we have another quote. And it says, inside each of us is a natural born storyteller waiting to be released, by Robin Moore. And well, thank you very much for attending this chat. I enjoyed it. Thank you for your participation and for your amazing creativity. I truly enjoyed the final stories because you made it with really weird words, and you managed to make it real, to make it happen. So thank you for that and for your effort. So, well, any feedback that you have regarding chat, the good things, the bad things, you may tell me here through WhatsApp, through my mail, however you want. And I would like to remind you that you have to reply to a very short quiz I'm going to send you through Google Docs. It will arrive to your email addresses. So please try to reply to it as soon as possible. maybe if you don't want to reply that today, it's fine, but try to do it tomorrow morning top. So again, thank you. Have a good night and take care.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
Was a good chat.
Thanks, Robert. Bye.
Bye, Robert.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.